I am the Red Cyclone!
Hello and welcome to the Equals Better I Swear podcast. ToonTalk.
ToonTalk. It's another ToonCast. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, we had a lot of past episodes. Part of when I was doing the Park with the Mike podcast, we did it together at ToonTalk. So we actually touched this topic already a while ago. What are you doing, Mike?
I am not burning anything down. No.
There's always fire departments always near you. Why? What are you doing?
That's what Sirens would say. Send the ambulance, come and pick up the keys. Put the body on the shelter, carry the ass out.
Today's topic is all about the reboots, remastered, revamps, bringing back old cartoons that we loved back in the day, and putting a new light onto them like that. Some of them did it well, some of them did it terribly. We'll go through our favorites. We do like a top 5 favorites, and then the what the fuck moment ones that why did they do this, and then we'll talk about some of the ones that we know that are coming out and some you would like to see.
I would just like to say before we get started that it gives me that feeling with all these reboots. It's like this is almost the same situation when Cartoon Network first came out. Yeah. Jesus Christ, they burning more buildings down? Jeez.
I know. Every time you talk, the fire comes out.
We need all the buildings, all the fires. We need all of them out.
Every time you talk, there's a fire.
Jeez. What is happening? RedCycloneInc is just lighting the world on fire.
He didn't want these powers, but he was given.
He was cursed with them.
But anyways.
But anyway, like I was saying, it just started to remind me of Cartoon Network, just when they first came out, and it was mostly just, the old shows being thrown up on, on TV for us youngins.
Yeah.
But then slowly they started doing, revamps of all this stuff. Like, shout out to Johnny Quest.
Yeah, so, I remember that Johnny Quest.
Like
the remake of Johnny Quest.
So it's time for our childhood cartoons to get their reboot. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, so we will talk about this is one that's always going to be a constant big thing in the room. It would be Ninja Turtles. Because Ninja Turtles is I think has the most revamps, and they're all pretty successful.
Yes, I was.
Besides the dark days of Ninja Turtles, Saban, which don't count as a cartoon, so I don't count that one.
No, it is. I don't count it either because it wasn't.
It was not a cartoon, so that one could go to hell.
Ian is the Milo.
But nowadays you have the Nickelodeon show, which I can't wait for Usagi to debut next Sunday. Watch it. Usagi debuts from Ninja Turtles. I'm so excited.
Certainly, those were the two main ones. If we're kicking it off for my remakes that worked, and I'm sure you have more, but I'll just give you the two that I have. Is Voltron Legendary Defenders.
That was the next one.
Good job, Netflix. And I had, just like you already said, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Most of their iterations have been pretty decent, but this latest one just hit it home. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
The stylized animation, I was just telling the wife about how the CG they use, the way they stylize it, it's just perfect. Some shows come back and use CG, I want to talk, looking at you, Transformer, and sometimes just do it bad. Just look at terrible. It looks like you shouldn't be in 2017 and look worse than Reboot.
Beast Machines.
You know what I mean? I'm getting there because that's in my remakes that suck. I said all Transformers after Beast Wars. Every single one of them after Beast Wars is terrible, and there's plenty. They're actually pretty much close to Turtles on how many remakes they had, if not past it.
No, they're past it because you know what?
Past it.
They didn't become remakes anymore. They just became different shows. They're not remake. They're not considered remakes anymore because it's not the original stuff anymore.
Yeah.
It's just they just come up with new stories. Like I think the last one I didn't mind was Andromeda.
You hear the crickets over here?
But I didn't mind it, but I didn't like it. Like I understood the concept of it. I think I liked the comic book more than the show because that's when Dreamwave was alive and they were making the Transformer comic. They made an adaptation of the Transformer Andromeda comic, which actually made more sense than the cartoon.
Wait, hold on. Dreamwave's not around anymore?
No, they closed down a long time ago.
Oh wow!
They got bought out by DC. DC bought them out, and they lost all the licenses to it. So Transformers went to IDW bought them out.
Got you.
So all the licenses of Transformers, G.I. Joes, they all had, it went to them.
Gotcha. Okay.
But but Transformers, I won't consider that a reboot in any source unless it's the original, like it's the original concept going into the next original concept. That one just gets changed a bit. So basically, it's like Power Rangers, in a way.
I understand.
It's different kind
series. Of a continuation. Yeah. Oh, I got you.
It's different series. Yeah, it's different series.
Yeah. Right. You know, there's that. There's the one for kids, the rescue bots, or there's a whole bunch of other stuff like that. You're right, but I still consider some of them. They try to recapitalize some things.
Okay, well, yeah, you might want to save that one for when we do the ones that suck, because you have that's a really good comparison just between those two right there, Beast Machines and Beast Wars. It's almost like that's the reboot right there.
There you go. And also you could go with the Transformers Prime.
Okay,
I think that's the name of the series.
That was too bad.
That one was probably a remake. It was close to a remake of the original Generation 1 because a lot of the storylines from Generation 1 went to there, but it just wasn't that good.
Gotcha.
You could also say Ghostbusters. They had a few. Ghostbusters was like little small things in ways like that. I think it was just Extreme Ghostbusters and then Ghostbusters.
No, how about the ones where they introduced the young people? Like that's not a reboot either because isn't that just a continuation off of one of those series?
In a way, because one. It was a kind of a remake, it was kind of a reboot, as in it was bringing more fresh audience and different animation, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was only one person that was existing from the original series.
Yes,
but it didn't continuity to the old one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was more like he was a Ghostbuster. He's retired now. I want to train you guys.
Gotcha.
Was that Ghostbuster Extreme?
Yeah.
I didn't like it at first because of the animation.
It was actually not bad.
It grew on me, yeah, man.
But the big dog is pretty much Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles had like 3 successful big series. They had the '89 one, which was more cartoony than anything else. They had the 2003 one, which was based more on the Mirage comic, which I love. If you never watched that series, definitely watch it. It had the Fast Forward, which wasn't that great, but that was all continuing the 2003 one. They all came together in the 2003 one. So that one lasted for the longest time. And then you have the current one, which is Nickelodeon.
All right. Okay. The one that you really recommend, what era was that? Like, if you could say what channel it would have been on, what would it be?
It was on Channel 5.
That one. Yeah. Okay, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I like that one.
That one was really good.
When they had come back to Channel 5, they had changed the look a little bit. But it was pretty good.
No, Turtles from 2003 when they first brought them back.
Oh, when they were just really bigger.
Yeah, this was the Mirage one. This was the one that was based very close to the comic. They went to the dark areas with the comic. They had even the Jack Kirby episode with the magic pencil.
Mm-hmm.
They even had that episode in those. Like they did a lot of homage to the comic books. That one lasted longer than people expected. The fact that Fast Forward was a continuation off of that, and then Back to the Sewer was a continuation off of that. So they're all together.
And they culminated that with the movie, the Turtles of Time business, when they went and saw the whole thing. Yeah,
exactly.
They did the movie, and that's where we got that cool ass.
Yeah, that series was pretty good, man.
This is one thing I would recommend on that series was the 4th season.
Okay.
The last 4 episodes were probably the most violent, crazy episodes I've ever seen. Each one had a different world they had to go to try to save something. They all went to a dark past of the turtles. Raphael was Shredder. Wow. Donatello was missing an arm. Mikey was missing an eye. Leonardo was missing the other arm where his sword was because Raphael cut it off because Splinter died. And they actually had this episode. And this, honestly, I recommend it. If you find it, it was a really good episode.
Okay.
Oh, and that was the first one that included Usagi Yojimbo too.
Really?
Because he never showed up. He was never in the 80s cartoon.
Yeah, that's true. But he had a figure.
I know. I haven't. but the Turtle's the biggest example, like, of how you could do something with. But then again, there's a lot of outlets of Turtles with the comic books and the old cartoon and then the movies and everything like that. But it's one of them that could constantly, and if you don't do it with people that love the property, I think it will always be good.
At this point, they've been on TV constantly for the last more than 10 years now, because that one was 2003 to 2010, and then the other Turtles were 2012. To now, currently still airing.
Yeah, so they're always constantly on TV.
You had the movies in between, the TMNT movie, the CG one.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's pretty good. So, to jump back to your list, Turtles is definitely on there for us. That has the best reboots and success. So definitely, that's unequivocally definitely one of the better ones. Yeah,
and that was one of the things like that, and that was one of the best. They actually relaunched it. That was a full relaunch of the series. It has slightly different stories on how everyone grew and everything like that. It has slightly different versions of the mutagen. One Crane was a fucking Shredder. The other one is actually a person that's Shredder. And there's a lot of reincarnations like that. But definitely, all the series were good. Even 89, if you want to get a good laugh, and how ridiculous the artwork is, too. Get a good laugh over that. And how perverted it was.
I still like old April. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's always, that's
out of all the series, April O'Neil was the best in the first one.
Banana Suit April?
Yes. Banana Suit April. And like Donatello, I think Mikey touched her boob in the episode.
There's that infamous sketch. We're not sure if he did, or it's just his arm was going by, freeze frame thing. But yes, there's that image of just him in the paw and up. And you're like, huh?
You have these. I don't have them.
Reptile, you shouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Venus de Milo.
But Turtles, we could go on all day, but Turtles is one of the big examples of like how you can do it constantly good.
And then how do you keep reinventing yourself?
And then Nickelodeon's just been fucking outstanding. Like, as much as people will play on the CGI so far, once you get it into the show, it's so amazing.
See, I didn't know you knew people who didn't like the CG.
Most people didn't like it because of the art. Yeah, because
I like the style they went with. They did it right, I feel.
I personally didn't
go hyper realistic. They didn't go too cartoony. It was a good mix.
I personally didn't like it at first until I actually saw an emotion. Once I saw an emotion, I was like, okay. And then when they actually went more into like when they fight, the eyes all went turned white and shit like that, I was like, you sold me.
They added a lot of touches to make it. Like I said, there's a super bunch of aesthetics that make it all come together amazing.
And then just great writing, great stories, a lot of homage to all the series. So the comics, the cartoons, the movies, they do everything in those things. And we were even talking about it, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. No, the day before yesterday in the party. Right. That you want to hear Mikey say Ninja.
He said, I want to hear him say, even though it's a weird reference crossover, but I would like him to say if he's fighting Leonardo, I want to hear Raph in the background just drop kick the, well, you can't say damn, but drop kick the rabbit.
Or ninja kick the rabbit.
There you go, ninja kick the rabbit.
Yes.
It would just make my day if they throw that in there.
I'm hoping that does, because they are known to really pay homage to everything, and they do movies, they do horror flicks.
I'm about to say, do you know when that season was? That season 3 to start?
Season 3, the whole thing was horror.
Almost shot the freaking movie when they went up to the farm.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
Oh wow, okay.
Even the meditation scene from Splinter. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have a lot of horror references. They have fucking Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, they just went everywhere.
Then you have Napoleon Dynamite as a frog. which was actually Napoleon Dynamite.
That's pretty cool.
You had a lot of things like that, and they play around with it. And I think now Nickelodeon gives them the freedom to do the fuck they want because the show is doing so good. And I'm just glad it does because I love it. I just wish like Netflix or Hulu actually had a contract and new episodes go directly on there so I could watch it more because there was YouTube TV.
Hulu just takes forever to get them. They really wait till like a whole season. Half the next season is on.
Yeah, so I just wish it was more open to watch. Other than that, because honestly I bought the seasons on Xbox, and even the new ones are not on there, and it's pissing me off.
Well, again, we could talk Turtles for an entire day.
Yes.
So I want to switch back over to Voltron. Defenders.
Voltron. No, Voltron.
So, Voltron Legendary Defenders. We're 2 seasons in already.
Third in November.
3rd of November. So we're like. It just came out of nowhere on Netflix. They announced it, and it was a real quick turnover. It was only a couple of months after the announcement that it aired.
Yeah, and
then season was done, and then maybe a week or 2 or something after that, they announced the 2nd season, and that was right around the corner. It was a really good turnaround for that, and they used the guys who did Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I guess still Nickelodeon. Those guys, they did the animation. The same guys who did that show did this. It's got the same good feel and humor. It's a really solid reboot of that franchise. It's like there's a lot of reasons why you don't do exactly the way the original Voltron went.
This is one thing I'll just say is this is probably one case and when the reboot is better than the original.
Okay.
Like straight up, hands down, better than the original. The original one was just really doofy.
Yeah, the original one. From what we got to watch in the States, because I didn't watch the actual Japanese, and you know how that goes.
Yeah.
Usually it's written better for the native audience, but what we got here was kind of terrible. It was just good to look at.
Bad localization.
Like Sven was a joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you remember that Swedish chef voice? That was terrible. So understandably so. The new was way better than the old.
Yeah. Like hands down, like the only
I will say though that CG one that people shit on that came out, like it wasn't great CG. That was like what was that, 2000?
There was a couple.
No, the first one. The first one.
Wow. Let's get into that. Let's get into that because there are a few reincarnations of Voltron too that we haven't talked about.
Yeah, there's
that one. There was that one that used to show on Channel 9.
Yeah, Channel 9 early in the morning, maybe like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it showed on Channel 9, and that was they changed the colors. They had like cat helmets on.
Mm-hmm.
Keith was the black one. They changed him from black to red, and they changed the colors around because Keith is usually the red one.
Yes.
In that show, he's black.
I think because it made sense with the lion, which is just weird.
No, it makes sense because in the Japanese one, there's a reason why he's really red and took over the black lion.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's like a reason for that. So that one was, you know what? I liked the first, I think, 2 seasons of it. Mm-hmm. I think it lasted 3 seasons. Once they changed the whole Voltron and made it this all black with neon lights and shit, I was like, yo, I'm dead.
Yeah, gotcha. But no, I used to wake up pretty early just to watch that, and I think it was Beast Wars or something like that. It used to come on like in tandem with that one.
Yeah, because Beast Wars was on Channel 11.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Okay,
I remember. I know. I used to watch that too.
Yeah, but I'm just like that's an underrated show, and I guess
I think
it's lost to time now.
I think the first season was really it lasted 2 seasons. So the first season was really good. Once they changed Voltron, his look, I lost interest in it.
Gotcha.
And then there was that one, the XX. That was like a kind of like a Beyblade kind of version of it.
Yeah, that was the.
I think your mic is acting up.
Sorry, can you hear me? What am I? Digital thing?
Yeah. Yeah. So going into that, they had a Disney reboot, which was like a kid version of it, I guess. It had the same classic looking lion. It just everything else was kind of like like how Pokemon and all them are kind of thing.
I got
that kind of animation, so like that. I haven't watched it, so I can't really tell you much about it.
That one, I have no experience with that one.
I think it was called Voltron Team or some shit.
Okay.
And I think that's like it was like Team Voltron or some shit like that, and they pretty much it was the original Lions and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Yo, your mic is terrible.
Yeah, something happened.
Are your phone near your mic? Is your mic away from the computer?
No, it's right here.
No, I'm saying put it away from the computer.
Maybe it sounds like a connection thing. Like it's like I hear the static whenever you talk, not like it's not garbled. We can hear you speak, but it's just a lot of static.
I just showed you.
Nah.
Going to Voltron, I think it was Team Voltron. It had like a kitty aesthetic to it. I have never watched it, so I can't really tell you. Sadly, Jinkies mic and everything like that, he can't explain the show probably more to you because he probably watched it. I think it's on Netflix.
That one?
Yeah, I think it's on Netflix. Also, Netflix did a classic Voltron episode. Like the creators of Voltron handpicked a bunch of episodes, and they have the old classic ones.
Oh, right, nice.
On Netflix also. I actually own. If you have Amazon Prime, they have all the seasons on Amazon Prime. You can watch for free. And then they also have. I have the DVDs. I have the first 5 Lions because the Lions.
Yes. Okay, I remember those. Aren't those steel boxes?
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, those are really cool.
I got them.
Wait. All right. So, would you know? Does that mean that Disney owns them now, or is somebody else?
Well,
the original people.
Voltron is right now. The rights to Voltron is on their DreamWorks.
DreamWorks?
That's
really?
it's on the DreamWorks and Nickelodeon. So Nickelodeon teamed up with DreamWorks to do the.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Do the Netflix series.
Okay.
So if you don't see his DreamWorks productions and stuff like that, so DreamWorks on the rights. There is talks of a movie coming soon.
All right.
I just really hope it's good. I have a very soft spot for Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was my first like giant robot that I used to love. Like I had the toy that was like how I feel about Ninja Turtles is the same way how I felt about Voltron.
Oh, somehow there's 2 of me now.
Yes, and you sound better than the other one.
Hey, listen,
the one from the future came back to help the one from the
future.
I know the days of future past. He got a scar on his eye. He has a cat.
Oh wait! I just disappeared from existence.
Oh, a nice Jerry curl too.
Did you see that?
It's like
see me erase my previous self just disappeared from the future. Oh, that's amazing. Time loop solves itself. There you go, guys. Can't be a paradox.
Now your paradox is going to become Savitar and ruin your life.
Oh no! There it is. Dude, I'm almost finished. I'm like at the last episode. Oh Jesus! Yeah, Flash is pretty good, man. Flash is pretty good.
But you know more about the Team Voltron one?
Oh yeah, I was that was a Voltron Force.
Okay, there you go, Voltron Force.
That's what it was called. Yeah, you knew it was a name like that. Yeah, Voltron Force, and it was the one. It was Nickelodeon, not Disney. I knew it was one of the two.
Yeah,
but it was Nickelodeon, and it's the kids, and it's weird storytelling about I don't know the clandestineness. It's just I didn't like. I saw it and I was like, "Yep, that one's not for me."
Okay.
So there you go. And I think it was new kids, and they were trying to figure out the mystery of what happened to the older guys.
Yeah,
like one of them.
Okay.
So.
All right. So that's one.
Right.
There's a few. All right. So any other ones that you know that you really enjoyed that was up there? It was kind of a reboot. I will say X-Men.
Like you mean like X-Men and Wolverine and the X-Men, or what do you mean?
Well, X-Men was it was pretty much relaunched each time it came out. It wasn't the same cartoon. So X-Men
it was consistent.
So it was X-Men, and then it was X-Men Evolution,
and then Wolverine and the X-Men.
It was a big gap between X-Men Evolution and Wolverine and the X-Men.
And I actually like Wolverine and the X-Men.
I liked all of them, man. I was gonna bring up X-Men Evolution. That was the one I was gonna bring to the table.
I like that.
Like
Hulu. Watching on Hulu.
Yeah, I watched the when it was on Netflix with the original series. That was the only thing I've binge watched since Netflix has been out. Nice. Like the original '90s X-Men and then Evolution.
Yeah.
But there was something, I don't know. Maybe when I was watching on Channel 11, I wasn't paying too much attention to it.
Yeah.
But they did a lot of cool stuff in that show, man. They had the Raven, what was it, Raven Darkholme as the principal in disguise, which was pretty cool. And that she had the constant contacts with Magneto because she was in the Brotherhood. And she was scouting the dirty kids in the what was it?
Dirty kids.
It was Toad, Avalanche,
Blob,
Rogue,
Dazzler for a bit.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. Then Rogue left, and
that's Spike, right?
Spike.
No, Spike was on the X-Men.
Yeah, he was an X-Men. You're right.
But it was just like that didn't have a real. It shouldn't have been so good because if you watch like past the first season, they go into Apocalypse and stuff.
Yeah. It was better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, like they quite frankly, they portrayed Apocalypse better in Evolution than they did in the movie.
And then actually,
like
animated series.
And in the animated series, yeah, because he kind of just had like 1 or 2 episodes. Like he messed up Angel and had a giant spaceship.
My biggest problem with the X-Men cartoon was the continuity. That there was time that you were into one story and then all of a sudden they're in the Savage Lands. They went to the Savage Lands too damn much. Like all the time. Like every time I caught it, they were in the Savage Lands. Like, what do you do there now?
It was yeah, you're right. It was a long stretch of episodes.
And then once the animation changed, I think that was on the 4th season. The animation changed. It just went
like it wasn't great. It really wasn't great after the Wolverine episode.
Yeah.
With Sabretooth and and the cold and stuff. Like that one stands out to me. The episode where Bishop first appears, the first time he goes back in time.
Yeah. And
he has to stop what is it? Again, he thinks Gambit is the assassin.
Yeah.
And then the cooler version is when Cable shows up to stop Bishop.
Yeah.
So there were a few episodes from that original series that were pretty good, but like most of it was just
one glimpse of Deadpool.
Yeah, you're right.
It wasn't even Deadpool. It was someone changing into Deadpool.
It was more.
Yeah. Actually, no. There's 2 glimpses of Deadpool.
Really?
There was a little scene with him too, and then they kind of showed Spider-Man. Well, I think they had the team up, but that was on the Spider-Man show.
Got you. Okay.
But it was the same voices, but the worse art.
Yeah. Oh man, you just taking me back.
Yeah,
it's a nostalgic thing because of how colorful it was.
Yeah.
And the fact that it kind of did the character, even though it wasn't great, it kind of did some of those characters justice. Like, they didn't just make shit up.
Yeah,
you know,
I like how it made Gambit like a household name. Like honestly, most people didn't know Gambit until the cartoon.
Nobody knew Gambit.
Cartoon, he was like, "Oh shit, he's awesome."
Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, they did a rare Bruce Timm moment where they introduced a new character that stayed with him.
Mm-hmm.
3 was first debuted in X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
Yep.
And then you also had the best thing Rogue. Everyone had a crush on Rogue in the original one. I did.
Oh, come on, man.
I did. Yeah, man. She was one of the best voice characters. That's why.
Yeah. Too. And you also had. I think they did the characteristics of all the characters really well. I always hated the way Jean Grey looked in that cartoon, and that was the worst one.
I thought the suits had no continuity, which is it just seemed odd to me.
Yeah,
why was Cyclops and Wolverine the only ones that wore blue or yellow? Yeah, because Jean Grey did the beige and blue. Yeah, it was like Storm was black and or silver or white or whatever. Like the toy was 3 different colors when you bought it. Like there was a white one, there was a black one. Like
out of the 3, I think I enjoyed Evolution more than the other 2.
from a watching. Well, see,
For a
that's the
watching
thing
standpoint.
too. Isn't Wolverine and X-Men really short?
No, it was a long season. It just only lasted one season.
No, so I mean, like, because Evolution had at least 3.
Yeah,
I believe it was 3.
Yep.
I think Wolverine and the X-Men had a lot of potential, but there was things that it did that kind of annoyed me too. With the whole
Like what?
The whole Xavier in the future thing. They kept just like the Savage Lands in the first one. It was the Xavier thing in the Apocalypse world. They kept going into it without giving you an explanation why they're going into it.
Yeah, true enough.
So other than that, I love the animation of Wolverine and X-Men. I actually love the animation of all of them. I thought they all looked really great. They were great representation for X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And they were different from the comics. Like they all were different.
Ooh, but do you remember the really early '80s X-Men cartoon?
Oh, the one with the Australian Wolverine.
X-Men, save the day. Oh my goodness, no bueno. Like if you really want to, oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, if you really want to see what could have killed the X-Men as a cartoon franchise, look for that. I don't know. Was it just called X-Men?
Yeah.
Damn, it doesn't have a subtitle. But
no, the Uncanny X-Men.
Oh, was the Uncanny?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Shout out to Jabstar. He always say he hates his life that Wolverine. The Wolverine was the worst voiced Wolverine ever.
Yeah.
He had like a strong Australian accent and all. That was bad.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He did.
I think I had looked that up.
Yeah, and it was the main story was about Kitty Pryde joining the X-Men.
Oh, it was called Pride of the X-Men, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's what it was. There you go.
Yeah, so that was it. That was during the time. We were talking about superheroes. The other one that got a lot of reboots, revamps, and different styles is Spider-Man.
True.
As we talk about this, we could just talk about in one junction. Spider-Man got reincarnated from the 60s to the 80s, to the 70s to the 80s. And then he had the Amazing Friends, and then he had the animated series, which I love. Unlimited, which a lot of people didn't like, but I actually found it funny.
I just never watched it. That's the only thing.
Sadly, it was only like 6 episodes, but then again, I continued the adventure because they actually had comics on it, and they were actually really good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I read that.
I mean, Spider-Man Unlimited only 6 episodes? That's crazy.
Yeah, it didn't last that long, but it had a comic book that lasted like about, I think, 14 issues. So you have more of a story and like what everything is and what the different storylines they were going to go with on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually dug it. I liked it. Then you have
okay, yeah, it ran 13, so I guess it got a final 6.
Yes. So Spider-Man had a lot of reincarnations. You had the MTV show. You had the fucking Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man.
That show was so good. I mean, I just
personally, my favorite one was Spectacular Spider-Man, which they never got the recognition it deserved.
And which one is that?
That was the one that was on WB.
For how long?
It was on for about 5 seasons.
I may have seen that. Didn't that come on around the same time as one of the newer Batman cartoons?
The Batman, yeah.
The Batman, yes. Okay, I do remember that one.
So it had amazing storylines, and I think this was my favorite version of the origin of Venom that they ever did. Okay. Because when the black suit it was a black and white episode that was all in his mind, and him talking to Uncle Ben and him talking to this.
Oh wow!
Venom. It was a really good reincarnation of Spider-Man. It lasted 3 seasons. My fault.
Okay.
3 seasons.
I got 2 seasons here, but yeah, man.
Wow, that was. No, I
IMDb scores 8.1 out of 10. So it was.
I specifically remember that like being actually really good. Speaking of, Batman.
Right, Batman.
Oh, Batman is another one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like around that same time, he got a good reboot too. The Batman.
I actually like Brave and the Bold.
I never saw Brave and the Bold. I saw some of that really recent one. Was it Beware the Batman?
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, like that wasn't great. What I saw wasn't great.
Oh shit! you're gonna go all the way back to the 70s, the 60s. You had Batman and Robin.
Right.
They had a cartoon series.
Really?
Bam and pow and all the onomatopoeia on the screen.
Yeah.
Like it was on the original 60s show.
Who's under fire?
No, that's me now. And then you also had Batman had a long period that he didn't have cartoon at all. He had the 80s, he had the 60s TV show, but he didn't have any animated series or anything like that at all. And then early 90s was the first big Batman cartoon, that Batman animated series, which still to this day is like a cornerstone of animated TV, period.
Yeah, it was that good. People cared a lot about that too.
And and I love the fact it was not intended for children. It never was intended for children. They were like you, and they played it off like, yeah, it's Batman. No, it was never intended for children. There was hookers. There was hookers. There was guns. There were people dying. In the first season, there's a lot of people that died in that show.
And it wasn't just Batman's parents. Let's be
exactly. Again, that was a cornerstone. That I think probably, if you say the greatest cartoon of all time, that's probably is one of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, it'll be my number one actually. The Batman series, that's a series I could enjoy all the time.
It's just the story because it had the art direction, the writing direction of a group of people who wanted to tell good stories. Mm-hmm. And they just happen to do it in that universe, and yeah. If I look back at the animated series now, the whole tone of the show, it was not one of those ones that was forced to be geared towards children.
Not at all.
It just never had that tone. Now that it's funny that you say that. Now that I really thought about it, I was like, no, you can't be right because they had to do stuff for the kids, and they're like, but no, the stories, what was written.
No, it was never intended. It was never intended. They really, honestly, when they first made this thing, they pitched it for a primetime slot.
When Fat Man and Batman was first starting out, he had Paul Dini on his show.
Yeah,
and like they talked about that a lot of that stuff in depth. Like, it wasn't intended for children.
No, not at all.
They really just wanted to make this adult Batman cartoon.
You know what? And I think that was that really put what Batman is today is from the animated series more than the comic books also, because that stature, the way he is and how everything is, I think they got it more from that than the actual comic. Because even when this came out, Batman started going because Neil Gaiman started writing him. Alan Moore gave him a little darker side.
Yes.
But this one really showed it. This one really showed the difference between Bruce Wayne and Batman. How he changes his voice, how he fucking does.
Oh my god, that's all that stuff. The stories about the Grey Ghost and him being a detective. Not since there have I seen anyone depict him that much in that way. They had a whole episode where he went undercover.
With the matchstick in his mouth and shit.
It's like it was a whole thing. It's like stuff they just don't try now. It's like if he's not in the cape and cowl, they're not trying to do anything about it. They're not trying to hear it.
And it was an amazing show. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I don't give a fuck. Watch it.
What's it on?
Amazon Prime actually has all the seasons available to watch.
Yeah.
If you have Amazon Prime, but you do seriously, their Masters of Phantasm highlight is coming out on Blu-ray. I'm hoping that they do the anime series on Blu-ray. I'll buy a box of it on Blu-ray. I would definitely will.
Isn't this supposed to be a new animated movie? Specifically drawn in the vein of the original.
Yeah, Batman Harley Quinn.
Like I know that's like one of the bullet points for that is it's not just going to be a random movie. It's in that vein of those characters from that time period.
It's crazy. It's drawn straight up. That's what it is.
Yeah. And then you have a lot of reincarnations because we could talk about again like how Ninja Turtles is. We could talk about Batman anime series all fucking day. There's so much to talk about that. That was like the first.
About, him in the Justice League and him in Batman versus Batman Superman.
Well, Justice League I'll say it separately because Justice League had reincarnations also.
You're right. Justice League too. You're right.
So, I would say Batman you had the Batman, which was actually a really good show, which was the same artist as the same art team that did the Spider-Man. There was Jackie Chan Jack Chan art.
Really?
Jack Chan anime series.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
wow,
one.
cool.
That looks like Blanca. I always say that with the no shoes.
And that was actually a great series. I think it really caught its stride on this last season. Like that's when you had the team ups. That's when you had the Justice League team up. That's when you had the Superman, Batman. Dick Grayson was brought in. Batgirl was helping him. You started seeing the loner and Batman. You started seeing more storylines on Batman. So that was actually a really good one. That one's also on Netflix. You can actually watch the whole thing on Netflix.
I forgot the one out. I wanted the CGI one. What was the name of that?
The CGI Batman, Beware the Batman.
That was Beware the Batman?
Yeah. The CGI one was Beware the Batman. After the Batman was Brave and the Bold, which if you get a really good laugh on it, but it actually had some really good story, especially the Red Hood story. It had probably one of the best Red Hood origins.
Okay, cool. That was the one that was more campy, right?
Yeah, and also shout outs, the video game they made for the Wii was amazing.
Really?
It was a beat 'em up, and it was great. It was great on the 3DS too. Batman Brave and the Bold for 3DS. It was an amazing game. It was a side scroller beat 'em up, and it was really fun.
Okay, all right. I'll definitely look at it.
And then you also had the Bureau of the Batman, which kind of failed. It only lasted like 8 episodes.
It was not. From what I saw, it wasn't good.
Oh, and Batman Beyond.
Oh, how are we not talking about Batman Beyond?
No,
that's in the wish they would reboot.
But okay, wait a second. It's still in universe though, right?
You know what? I'll say that one that one's still in universe with
it's a continuation. It's in the future, so it's not actually a reboot. It's this is a continuation. That's why I didn't add Samurai Jack and or the upcoming SWAT casting to the list because those are continuations.
Yeah,
of the franchise. They didn't restart anything.
Question though. Has Batman Beyond been rebooted in any fashion? I know there was one movie, but have they
one episode? One episode in epilogue in Justice League.
Oh wow! You're right. I forgot. You're right.
When they talked about him being Batman's son, he was in Batman's genetics. Right. Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot how cool that. Yeah, that was
the epilogue episode. Then you also have Get Rid of Batman. And then I heard there is a new Batman cartoon coming out soon. Right now, you can see him in Justice League Action, which is actually Kevin Conroy talking to him.
I thought, there was a point where I thought he said he was going to stop doing the voice.
No, that was Mark Hamill.
But even he came back.
Yeah, he lied
after he said that.
He dies. Justice League also had a few. Well, Justice League had a continuation with Justice League Unlimited, but now they got a reboot to Justice League Action. Teen Titans is another one. Teen Titans, then Teen Titans Go kind of had a little harsh, I guess. It was a different take on it.
Okay.
Any other superheroes I'm missing?
Sorry about that. I just jumped back to interrupt real quick. I actually liked a little bit. I liked the BRA Batman. I thought it was definitely an interesting take on the franchise. I thought that whole Alfred being a MI6 operative, all of a sudden, he's his agent. And it's like they took a lot of different turns with that. I thought I was ready for something new. I think it should have been animated. I don't know. The CGI was terrible, but I don't know. I enjoyed what I saw.
Some things should just stay animated, and that was one that it just looked weird in CGI because the Green Lantern was really bad in CGI too.
The Green Lantern, cartoon was another one that was had wonky.
Yeah.
I feel like the CG they limited. Like you would think they had more freedom. I feel like it limited them more of what they could.
Why do they always mess up Green Lantern?
I don't know.
Why is that poor guy can't?
A terrible character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He can't catch a break.
What else? One you mentioned this in the last cast was Scooby Doo. And Scooby Doo and its reincarnation.
Many incarnations.
Yeah, I think Scooby Doo is probably as the kids show and everything like that. Probably has one of the most.
It's probably
incarnations. And it is the most.
I can tell you the ones that I like. I like the current one going on that people don't like the animation for, which is understandable because it kind of looks like it's like Family Guy-ish. The rounded faces and they kind of got the odd shapes, but the writing is there. The one they tried to go instead of Monster of the Week, they went completely episodic. The what was the name of it? Scooby Doo Mysteries.
Yeah.
No, Mysteries Incorporated.
Yeah.
That's what Mysteries Incorporated, and that one had the good writing. That had what was his name? Lewis Black as a voice over the phone. That particular series,
really, wow.
It was sequential. It had an overarching story that they were trying to figure out towards the end. Like it was a whole thing going on. They bring back some old characters they used to have. I think it was her name, Misty Rain or something like that. She was a radio host, a black girl. Like that was an old character they had before, and I think in the '70s they brought back.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good. Like it had decent writing. I think but it only made the one season because I genuinely think it was too much good writing instead of just silly slapstick monster of the week thing that Scooby-Doo normally is.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like the movies. Like my favorite Scooby-Doo movie is the one in the Bayou.
Yeah.
They tell pretty much the story there is they had
Zombie Island.
Zombie Island, there we go. And it's like when they all broken up and they had to get back together. Daphne and Fred went over and she had a Daphne Blake Coast to Coast television show that he was a manager on, and Velma opened up a bookstore. She opened up mystery bookstore.
Yeah.
Shaggy and Scooby. I forget what the fuck.
This is a whole world I am not even aware of. Jeez,
yeah, that movie was my favorite. Like I was like, I think that was really good, really interesting.
And they took a really different take on them too.
I like the one when Batman and Robin were a special guest.
Those are the movies.
You mean right back to the old Scooby-Doo mysteries and movies.
That's what I remember.
They had the Scooby-Doo movies, and those.
Yeah. Remember Scooby Dumb?
Yes.
Scooby Dumb,
Scrappy Doo.
But we all know the best
Scooby Doo is pretty good.
There we go. I couldn't even get it out. I said we all know the best incarnation was a pup named Scooby Doo.
Yes.
Who did it? Red Harry.
What is that? A rare prequel for the time?
Yeah.
That was during that whole like Hanna-Barbera reinvention. Like that was around the Cartoon Network phase too.
Yeah.
Because remember that was around the time Fantastic Max, which was an original thing, but like that was coming out. They have, there was another one.
No, Puppet Named Scooby-Doo came out with Channel 7. It was ABC cartoon at first.
No, I know that's what it was, but I mean, like that's where it reran. I remember that.
Mighty Max.
But I remember that was around the time when I think Space Ghost first got Coast to Coast. Was around when they were rerunning all that stuff.
That's when Cartoon Network was great.
1988 to 91.
Yeah. Which one? Yeah, because it didn't used to come on the. Oh yeah. The after these messages.
It showed out the Sonic. Oh, man. Another one that actually had two simultaneously shows together was Sonic.
You know what? That is weird. That's
Sonic was the only one that had two carnations of the show,
and both voiced by the same person.
And both, two different episodes, but they were both Sonic. And then it had some reincarnation. It had Sonic X, which was a redemption, which I think a lot of people will say it was the better one. I never watched it.
I tried once.
Sonic Underground.
I would say Sonic X was the one that pretty much was Sonic Adventures, the first video game for Dreamcast.
Yeah.
It was in that universe. Still, it was like Station Square, the humans and the kids.
Yeah, I remember the little boy. That was like.
Yep.
And then you had now you have Sonic. What is it called? Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom. Oh, I think it's ending soon.
Which is funny because I heard the animated show is really good. And the games are terrible.
It's hilarious. I don't know why it's so funny.
And it's fantastic. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's self-aware and it doesn't take itself too seriously, so they get to have a lot of fun with the writing.
Yeah, and then
it's really
an interesting take of fucking Sonic characters like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing.
Yeah.
They don't even really fight Robotnik like that. It's just like he's just a cast member. It really is the way they handle that show.
My personal favorite one was the Channel 7 one because that was based on the comic book, and I love the comic. I actually have the first 100 comic books of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Who made the original one? It's Archie, right?
It's still Archie.
Yeah, it's still Archie. It's still going too. That's awesome.
Mark Millar wrote the first 10 issues.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Watch Wanted. What else?
Mm-hmm.
what was the other things he did? Kick-Ass, the writer of Kick-Ass, Wanted, that fucking movie. Shit, the gentleman one. Fuck, what is it called?
Oh yeah. The one that's getting a sequel, right?
Yeah.
No, give me the descriptor. Oh, you talking about Kingsman?
Kingsman,
yeah. He wrote that too.
Nice.
Gotcha.
He started on Sonic the Hedgehog.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, he wrote the first 12 issues.
No, but he had he was doing stuff before that though, right?
No, that was his first break.
Whoa, that's awesome. Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's his first break. Was Sonic the Hedgehog comic. He wrote the first 12 issues of the original comic.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
And to this day, he said he would say he loves. He has a really big heart with Sonic because that's what really helped him get his break.
That's pretty awesome.
And the fact that it's still running today, this comic book is still,
and it's good.
It's the #1 kids selling comic book.
You know what?
Sonic the Hedgehog is more popular in comics than he is in fucking video games. It's fucked up.
He's more popular in like everything else than he is in video games.
Yes.
Really.
He's a great character. I think just the games haven't really captured him the way everyone wants him to be.
He's a Mickey Mouse design. He's only got one article of clothing on.
Yes.
It just works because he's a unique thing with one article of clothing.
I need to read the story about how Jaleel White landed that role. That's I don't know that story, and I think I should.
Yeah. Both. Well, what do you mean, both jobs? Because he was both voices.
He was 3. He was Sonic the Hedgehog from Sonic Adventures, Sonic Adventures of Sonic Hedgehog. And he does 2 of the voices in Sonic Underground. He plays himself and he plays his sister.
Wow, nice.
Sonic Underground.
Yeah.
One the mother will be found.
All right, so we talked about a lot.
Hold on. I just wanted to say it might come as a surprise, but my favorite Sonic is the channel 9-1 / I don't know what channel it ended up on later in life, but that silly one with the
Adventures of Sonic.
Okay, yeah. That one I love that show.
Grounder and Scratch.
Yeah. And that was the one.
Scratch?
Yeah, it was Scratch and Grounder.
Grounder.
And Robotnik was very animated.
Very animated and just loud.
All day he ate was chili dogs and ran all day. It was,
and the only thing the internet knows is Bingas.
Yes.
from that one moment.
That one actually was on Netflix for a little while too.
Oh really?
And the original one too, the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog one was on Netflix. I actually watched the whole series. I actually really enjoyed it. I forgot how much I really liked it.
Yeah, it was great. It didn't end on a cliffhanger because they didn't finish it.
Yes, and then if you actually read the comic, they continued the cliffhanger from the cartoon.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
They did end the story from the comic, and then also one of the best opening themes.
Yeah,
ever.
Pretty much. So much effort went into that, man. You can just tell somebody was like, "We're gonna make this the best Sonic the Hedgehog thing ever."
Yeah.
It's so good. You ever watch the Japanese? I think there was a Japanese intro shot of just him running. It's just a sequence of animation of Sonic just running, and it's just so beautiful. I forget where to find that, but it was just one of the best ones.
He's another,
animated movie. I'm thinking like '96.
Yeah, it was based on the Game Gear game.
Yeah, super weird that movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was based on the Game Gear game. It had that wolf dingo fucking asshole. I don't know his
name. Wait, what color was it?
Purple?
Not Espio.
No, he was a dingo. He was like a wolf.
Oh, he was in a fighting game. I know what you mean.
It was a Game Gear game.
No, but I mean they kept that character, so I know the character you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Oh, yeah,
right.
I remember now.
We talked about a lot of the ones we like. Let's get into a little bit of the ones that just didn't do good, and we probably do a part 2 of this down the road because this is a lot of conversations we could have more and more.
Certainly.
True.
So
never ending story.
Yeah, exactly. Because I could keep bringing up some other cartoons.
We already talked about Food Man with that. We talked about Transformers.
Okay, Transformers. I was telling Mike earlier, Biker Master Mars, the reboot. of Biker Mice from Mars was fucking terrible.
Yes, it was.
All right, Biker Mice from Mars wasn't that great in the begin with.
No,
it was good. It was cheesy, but I enjoyed it. But it wasn't as good. But you know what? They had to sell a mobile game, so they were like, you know what? Let's make a fucking cartoon.
Oh God!
And they made it. It lasted maybe 4 weeks on Channel 5. That was all infomercials, and it didn't last that long. Look it up. I don't know where the fucking.
Did they ever redo Cowboys and Moon Mesa?
No. Stop it.
You know,
you wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
G-Sharks. No?
Street Sharks, no, never got a reboot. One I was hoping that was gonna be good and wasn't good was the Looney Tunes cartoon.
You mean the Lunatics?
Yeah.
No, not the Lunatics.
No. There was. I know.
That one was bad as hell too. But
I know what you're talking about.
But
I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this one.
The show?
Yeah.
The Looney Tunes show?
Yeah.
When they decided to be a sitcom?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Must be Bugs Bunny at home and him and Daffy lived together for some reason.
Yeah, that was really bad. Just really bad.
They're just characters. Yeah, it's like it was a really weird take on those characters. We're gonna take. Hey, what should we do? Let's take all these manic, crazy cool characters and give them Ritalin and put them in a house together.
Yeah,
we're just gonna make Daffy Duck just as awful as he ever been, but it's just douche chilling when you see him when he's neutered. Because he's still as evil as he was, but now he's just this griping, money-hungry, just conniving asshole.
Yeah. He's like a regular dude.
Right.
What's another one? I kind of know one.
I mean, we did get the introduction of Bugs Bunny's crazy-ass new girlfriend, which just made Lola a nutcase in the show, which people were up in arms about because she wasn't in the movie. She was introduced
of course
to
not.
But they made her mental case in fucking the show, so there's that.
Wait, hey, has Looney Tunes ever actually been rebooted?
Yeah, there.
Now,
like
recently, right?
No, there was the new Bugs Bunny show.
Rabbit.
Yeah. Wabbit, I guess.
Yeah.
It's called. And I talked about that. I talked about that on a previous cast about how it has good animation. They changed a lot of character models, which turned me off. Like, they redesigned some of them. Like, Yosemite Sam was just this ball with feet and a hat. They changed the character design, which bugged me a little bit, but I thought I could get past it because, again, the animation quality isn't bad. It's just they redesigned them, which is jarring, right? Yeah. And then the right is like, again, there's things you could do. There's reason why those things are classics, the way they can do things. And the way they can't do things now. It jumps into my point about on my list here for movies that failed that really, really disappointed me. The Powerpuff Girls movie.
Yes.
Oh,
apparently I'm wrong, and no, it's not that I'm wrong. I'm no longer the demographic, so I have to take what I say about it with a grain of salt because it's, you know what I mean. It's got pushed the boomerang real quick. It's not even airing on Cartoon Network. So there's that.
They're like, our bad.
Yeah, no.
So
well, who's getting hounded down now, man? Tell them leave me alone.
They've surprisingly kept away from me. I'm shocked. Give it a minute. Anyways, but the Powerpuff Girls remake, it's just my description of saying, I guess, it's vague and I'm like, oh, be specific. It's like it doesn't have the same charm. They changed the voice actresses, so we don't have Tara Strong as Bubbles, which is a big deal, I think, because she was that character. After so long of doing a character, you embody them. Mm-hmm. So your cadences are spot on. You expect the character to act a certain way. And so, again, they're being brought back at a time where comedy is different. The audience is different, the way things now. So we got to make it for kids who have iPads and cell phones now, and that iteration and the way things and how the writing's done. It's not as violent, I want to say. It tries, but it's not really. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I guess people say, "Oh, you just want violent kick ass." Like, no, there's a charm in the way they did things.
Yeah.
And the way it was animated, the way their fight sequences happened, they were super violent, but they were still funny. You enjoyed it. You didn't cringe. It was just great. You'd like to see how Mojo get messed up and his brain leaking out on the side. Just hilarious.
Jeez.
It's just I just feel like a lot of the charm is missing of the show. It just isn't there. The writing is completely different, and pet peeve, stupid pet peeve, a personal one. They rounded off Professor Utonium's chin.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Ooh,
Super specific pet peeve, but they rounded off his chin.
No, you can't do that. That's a legendary square jaw.
It's a legendary, could cut diamonds corner, right?
Yeah.
So, like, Pop-Up Girls really, just like, because I was a big, huge fan. Like, I had the kids watch all of it when it was on Netflix. No, it was on Hulu. Either one, they watched all the original ones. So that's a big one for me. It just
Gotcha.
Back and it was like, ugh.
I got one that was really bad. G.I. Joe Extreme.
Ooh. Deep pull. Oof.
G.I. Joe was never that good of a cartoon. If you really look at it, it wasn't great. Mm-mm. But when you're a kid, there's shooting, there's ninjas, we all go. They try to like ultra steroid these characters up. There was like so much steroids in this cartoon. Like everyone was extremely muscular. Like they all look, you remember the quarter wrestlers that they were all brolic as shit? They all look like them. Every one of them. Even Snake Eyes looked like them. I'm like, how Snake Eyes this big? He's not a ninja. That was just so bad. That one was so bad. They tried to do something with G.I. Joe Sigma. I liked it, but then there was a lot of things that they did wrong. The only things that were good is you had a Snake Eyes episode. You had a Sigma 6. If you had a Snake Eyes episode, it was great. And when Cobra Commander was the lead on the episode, it was great. The rest of it was eh.
Got you.
Did you watch any of Renegades?
Renegades? No.
That ran in 2010 to 2011.
Nah, I never watched that. And that was the animated one too, right?
Yeah, it was definitely. It's not bad animation either.
Yeah. So yeah. So Extreme, G.I. Joe Extreme. That was like really, really bad. Do I have another one? That was the main one. One I forgot to mention. Well, this will go into ones that we want to see and ones that are coming out. Is Mega Man. Mega Man actually had a
I hear about that. Yeah.
Well, Mega Man's coming on Netflix. I think later this year. He has a Netflix show. It's going to be based on I think the first 2 games. So a lot of villains and stuff like that. I used to love the old cartoon Mega Man.
He's come a long way from Super Fighting Robot Mega Man.
Yeah, and then he had the Fighting Network ones.
Yeah, but don't forget, you're skipping an important step in his evolution.
Which one?
Captain N.
Yes.
You remember the squat green Mega Man with the smoker's voice? Hey, what's up?
Yes. He looked like an angry baby.
Yes, he did. And he sounded like he was born smoking. Oh, it was hilarious.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was. So
bad.
wait, okay. Do you know who's supposed to be doing the new one? Anybody special with that?
I forgot the animation team, but I know it's going on Netflix. So at least it's going on Netflix. So we have that.
Yeah. Oh, so it'll be visible.
Yeah. And then it looks like the old game. Like he looks like the old school Mega Man from the game. It actually looks like more of the one for the PSP with the big head.
Oh, the chibi Mega Man.
Yeah, it looks similar to that with just like more, not such a big head.
Okay.
But it looks something like that. But Mega Man, he had a lot of reincarnations. He had the Battle Network shows too, which were very popular.
See, I don't know if in universe if that's the same world as Mega Man, so technically it's not. But I know what you mean.
Yeah,
but I wonder. But I wonder if in the Mega Man universe does that happen? Like, is that the future? Or is that the past?
Is Days of Future Past?
Yeah, it makes me wonder. But that was a cool series that it got a lot of love too because it had a lot of games.
Yes, it did.
Like Battle Network had a lot of games.
Yeah, so that was one of them. One that's coming out that we just heard rumors about, Animaniacs.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were talking about this earlier before the cast started, but Animaniacs is coming back. Steven Spielberg is behind it. There's no talks where it's going to be at. I'm hoping Netflix. because then it could probably be more adult.
True.
Anyway, but I would like to see Animaniacs come in. Any other ones? We talked about Squad Cats, but that one's not really a remake. It's pretty much a continuation of the original storyline. But the only thing I say we rebooted is the animation. They're using a different style of animation.
Gotcha. Wait, do you know if that was an American studio that did that? Because when they switched to the second season, it really changed and it looked a little bit anime-ish.
It was always Hanna-Barbera, but they used the same people. They did Mighty Max. I think they did Mighty Max. They did a couple cartoons. They did Mighty Max. They did Squad Cats. They did another Hanna-Barbera cartoon. I forgot which one it was. I think they did the the reboot of Johnny Quest.
Oh, really?
Yes, they did that.
Oh, yeah, we didn't bring that one up. Shoot, that was like one of my favorites. Still is.
Like I about it. I was a huge Johnny Quest fan. Like let's jump back to that real quick. I love Johnny Quest. I like the crazy adventures he went on. You know,
with his main man Haji.
Main man Haji, Sim Salabim all day.
Yep.
Right. And then they reboot this, and I'm like, let's talk about me for a second. I like the continuation. I love to move forward. Prequels always kind of piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always feel like, tell me more. What's the next step in this story? And you want to go back and tell me things that happened already that I don't know that leads up to current events. Is like I had a big problem when I found out the original Star Wars were doing. You know, we're gonna do episode 1, 2, and 3. It's like, but why? Why not go forward? But anyway, jump back. So when I heard about Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, and it was like, what? He's going up from like 10 to 14 to like 16. I think he was in the show.
Yeah.
It's like progression. Race Bannon's daughter was introduced, Jessie, and she grew up. You know, you knew more about her if you saw the movies. And the movies were good. The original movies, holy crap. So they grew them up, and they got the interesting. You know, me and you have our favorite. You know, all is written in the Book of Rage.
In the Book of Rage.
Rage is probably one of my favorite, just guilty pleasure villains that they ever came up with. Which was just fantastic. I mean, Westworld was a sign of the times.
It was, yeah, pretty much.
That was a sign of the times. That's the kind of CG you got.
But that's the thing. From Questworld from season 1 to season 2, it got way better.
It did. And just think about the juxtaposition of like the villain character being able to move in that world, and that being a crux of what was going on. This is a super interesting thing, right? With the writing, the decided, which I thought was dope. It didn't turn out to be Johnny and Jessie having a thing. It turned out to be Jessie and Haji having a thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So where you get that, besides X-Men, you get that interracial relationship. You know what I mean? Progressing back then.
Yeah, something not typical. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just I thought that was super interesting back then. I was like, our main protagonist, wait, he doesn't get the girl? Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Haji's getting in the skin. She's getting that brown loving. I'm just saying. It had a good intro too. I like that.
Yes, it did.
That following the line through the like it had that real beat that just. It was really good. I like the intro.
Was that the same one that had like the virtual bikes and shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought that was another one. All right. I never watched. I know what it is.
Jacking in?
No, that was it came out like in '97. Well, Matrix 95, 94.
Yeah, Matrix is old.
Matrix is that old?
Yeah.
No, it can't be.
It's
not 95.
No, it was 95, 96.
My brain's gonna explode.
95 or 96.
No, Matrix was 99.
Yeah.
Like,
the first
Matrix was 1999. I was like, I knew this had to predate.
Yeah, it's 99. Okay, I thought.
So when's Johnny Quest then?
I'm gonna look that up right now. What was called? The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, which is a weird thing to name that.
Because it was real. They kept it real.
There was pretenders out there.
96.
Thank you.
I was right. 96.
You were right for the show, not the Matrix.
Yeah, not the Matrix.
Predates that, but then again, that's not to say too much. The whole jacking into computer, come on, we had Sentai, remakes doing that even before then with Beetleborgs and No. Superhuman Samurai Cyber Skull.
Oh
Power
my
Rangers.
god.
Power Rangers to some extent.
Yes.
But thank you. Just I would like to see. So if we were to talk about things we would like to see, I've been wanting a Johnny Quest movie. I want a movie. I would like a Johnny. I would like to to be clear. If I could have one or the other, that'd be great. I'd like the show brought back. I'd like to show continuation of it being brought back now, and he's now a grown man. He's the adventurer now that he was.
Listen.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you've been watching Venture Brothers, he's back.
I knew he was gonna bring up Venture Brothers.
And now it's official because he literally they got the rights to the name, so it's actually Johnny Quest. Yeah, but before they weren't allowed to call him Johnny Quest. Now they can call him Johnny Quest.
No, I mean specifically, Race Bannon was on Venture Brothers.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm talking about literally his name could not be called Johnny Quest.
Gotcha.
So he was just something I forgot what it was, like something Quest, something Johnny. I think it was Johnny Adventure.
Right,
so
gotcha. Yeah. Because
they got the rights to the name, and his name is now actually Johnny Quest.
I would say mine. I think one that I would like to see come back. The fact that they had the little one that came out. I thought it was pretty good, but I would like to go more depth into the story. Is Thundercats.
How long ago did they stop the last one?
The last one was
2013.
Yeah,
I think.
Okay.
I like that reboot.
I feel like
me too.
I just feel like if they do something like that, put it on Netflix. I think
I think it's got to go now, right?
I think more people will gravitate to it because it's a retro feeling to it. I didn't mind the animation. I would like to go more in depth on how he got the sword of Omen and all that shit. How he started, like, I get it more of an origin story of everything, and just make your own thing to it. I would like to see a new like Panthro and all that stuff, but that's something that even the original cartoon wasn't that great. Like I dug it because the fucking theme song and shit like that. But if you watch it now, it's like, ugh.
Oh yeah, no. Again, not a lot of those. I don't want to say none. There's very few of those old cartoons that were written well because they weren't actually written for us.
They were toy stores. They were toy.
They were really written for people to understand too. Because a lot of that stuff, you gotta remember, a lot of that stuff. I don't know, not Thundercats in particular, but stuff of that era was pieced together from like Japanese stuff too. So
and toy commercials.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm saying Thundercats, I actually would like to see Silverhawks in nowadays too.
Really? Who's got the rights to that?
I think whoever owns Thundercats owns Silverhawks because they all under the same production company.
Okay.
So Silverhawks, them, and I think they have one more cartoon under the belt. Brave Star.
Oh, I remember him.
They're all under the same belt. Thundercats was owned by DC for a while.
Really?
Because they had the rights for the comic book, so they had the rights under them. But I have a feeling, I think DreamWorks has the rights to Thundercats right now.
Why? Because they're on the same umbrella as Voltron?
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't had a CG remake, have they?
They haven't had a CGI remake. I think animation will be cool with Thundercats. I just want a good in-depth story, good animation, good action, because these cats are the way they move and shit like that. I didn't get to watch the animated one that much. I got to watch like the first 3 episodes, and then I couldn't find it nowhere. So I really got to watch the animated series because I might actually really like it because I didn't really get into it. But
when it came on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it like that. I watched the He-Man one. And He-Man wasn't bad either.
Do you know what? It has some really good moments in it.
Yeah, I love Skeletor.
It actually showed the origin of Skeletor.
Yeah,
he was a handsome purple man.
Yeah,
go figure.
Yes, but Thundercats would be something I would like to see get treatment like Voltron.
Yeah.
I just feel like animation is not starting. It's been really trying to come back into its own. It's dominating the industry right now. We're getting 2 to 3, CGI movies a year of just good stuff. I mean, last year we had freaking, Moana, Utopia, and like Secret Life of Pets all in the same year, which were all just good.
Yeah.
Movies and animation. That weren't as kiddie as they used to be. It's just like I think there's a time and place for adult animation. It's a big thing. Like, remember, animation started out as movies in theaters for adults.
Yeah.
That's what it started out. Like, that's why when you look at old Tom and Jerry, and look at like old Looney Tunes and old Flash cartoons, that they were cinematic things for the movies, and they were geared towards adults. That's why you had smoking and guns and violence and all that stuff in there.
Yeah. Yep. You
know, you get things like Who Framed Robert Rabbit that paid for a bunch of things.
Which rabbit is that?
Robert? Well, that's his long
right, Who Framed Robert Rabbit? Yes.
Robert Rabbit. Well, that's
Rabbit.
That's his
Which
brother.
Was,
that's and it just celebrated. I think what was it, the 29th anniversary, something like that.
It's old.
Like just recently, I think like 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, they did a thing for Hopkins. What was his name?
Bob Hoskins.
Hoskins. Yeah, they did something for him.
Oh, really? Passed, like,
cool.
Yeah, they had. They posted Roger Rabbit saying he misses you. I was like, oh.
That's the thing you gotta love about the current time, because of the way of mass media. Excuse me, that the homage is given to the past greats.
Yeah,
I love seeing the drawings and the images. Like when, as we know, rest in peace, we lost Adam West recently.
Yeah,
and I had this dope image of someone who drew all the Batmans. You know, we had the animated. You know, I think it was the animated series one holding him.
Yeah,
and you have like the Phil, what's his name from the comic book? Frank Miller one standing there.
Frank Miller,
you had another one standing in the back.
Yeah, I saw that. That was really nice.
Was standing there. You know what I mean?
What's this Batman gangbang going on?
Yeah, and they all they did one in the comic book too. Was they put a bat signal in heaven.
Well, yeah, and then that thing in LA that happened. They put
the wall. Oh, yeah, that was crazy. You see how many people in the streets?
Woof.
So,
big up to that. One more on the Batman one because we didn't actually get to talk about that recently. It's really dope. Apparently, he completed one last animation. The next DC animation for Batman is him in the 1960 Batman clothes. That looks amazing. So I'm looking forward to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually liked the first one a lot. This one's supposed to be the first thing of Two-Face in that universe.
Really? Okay.
Because they had never had Two-Face in that universe until the comic book.
Gotcha.
So,
can I just say, separate from that era, I kind of came into liking the Super Friends kind of unironically later.
Yeah.
But that was only after. I don't know if you guys remember that the campaign that Cartoon Network used to run. When they would do Super Friends commercials and they would have them say silly ass shit.
Yeah.
So you would see Brainiac and he just goes, pants. All I want is a decent pair of pants.
Yes. I do.
It was just like I was like, all right. Yeah, I was like, all right, you got me. Back then I was like, all right, this it was just like if you sit there and watch the old Super Friends, you start to realize this show was probably made by a bunch of stoners and hippies. Like, there's a lot of like, just what is going on?
At the Hall of Justice.
No Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
The Legion of Doom. Yeah. Because even fucking Luther kind of had that voice. Oh man.
Gotcha.
So last thing, rest in peace, Adam West.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, he was probably the most memorable Batman.
Let me give you just 2 more before we wrap it up. I just want to hit the points on my list and then we can get out. I'll be quick with them now since we do need to get out. Things I wanted to see. It's funny we spoke about the 90s X-Men. That was on my list of something I'd like to see done again. I'd like to see the 90s X-Men rebooted. I don't know how necessary it is now, the way that the mutants have changed and everything's changed in the Marvel Universe currently. I don't think it could really be done. Or if it did be done, it would have to be done like it was back then, except I would just wish for better writing and more freedom on what they could do and portray on the screen.
Yeah, well, if you actually want to see the 92 X-Men, they do have a comic book out that's still running.
Right.
That's based on the 92 X-Men,
And the other thing we were looking forward to, because I know we mentioned it briefly just one more time, so I'm definitely looking forward to DuckTales. They released the
DuckTales, that's the one.
They released the full intro to the show, and it looks amazing. It sounds amazing. I'm all bored. I'm so bored for this.
I'm digging this. I'm digging the art. Like I love the comic books. Like I actually have some of the Scrooge McDuck comics, and I remember remember when Disney had the adventure magazines.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have the Scrooge McDuck comic books in there, and they had the little comic strips of it. And I always liked them because he was more.
I used to get those. It just reminded me.
Yeah, it was more adventure. It was more of an adventure thing. It was more like Indiana Jones than what DuckTales, the original series, was. It was more adventurous.
Like
they did that. Yeah. And I think just Donald Duck being there just makes it more and better, because I always was mad that Donald Duck wasn't in the fucking show.
So he's definitely going to be here in this one.
Yeah. And there's also, they already had like a little toss that I saw it in the casting that Gizmo Duck is going to be in there.
Blather and Blatherskites.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's a staple.
Yeah. One thing, Pops, finally, where's my Gizmo Duck?
Oh.
I got Darkwing Duck, I got Nega Duck, I got...
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, Nega Duck is going to be a San Diego Comic exclusive.
Oh. No, seriously, there's no Gizmo Duck yet?
No Gizmo Duck yet.
Wow.
I just picked up Launchpad and Darkwing the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm hoping DuckTales does good, because then there's a chance that we might see Darkwing. I say the closest one, Darkwing Duck, because his comic book is doing really well.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Like Darkwing Duck his comic book is usually been in the top 25 in sales, so he's doing actually really good.
It just says something about, I guess, maybe the how much people like the characters. That these aren't like gritty, tough, badass characters. These are freaking Disney characters, lighthearted, fun characters, and it's like.
That could be written that you could have those serious tone episodes too, but you can still have those fun and crazy episodes as well. And that's what I'm really hoping for with DuckTales. Like you were talking about DuckTales, I like the cast. I really like the cast. I like David Tennant a lot as Scrooge McDuck. I can't wait to see it. I hope it's somewhere I can easily watch it, because it's gonna be annoying if I have to. Oh no, I have the YouTube TV has Disney.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll be able to watch it and all. But yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. And then also the new Spider-Man, which is going to be based off the new movie.
Now, that's not going to be voiced by the kid, is it?
No, it's someone else.
Because that would be pretty cool.
I forgot who it is. I think it's the same voice actor as the one that's doing the game.
Oh, I don't know who that is, because I haven't played a Spider-Man.
He's an animated actor. The one that's the current PS4 game.
Yeah,
I think he's the same voice actor that's doing the animated series.
Okay.
They changed the voice, but it looks pretty good so far. It looks like it's kind of taking a lot of things from it. But again, what Jinx was saying with DuckTales, I'm actually looking forward to that series.
Certainly.
Yeah, me too.
And you had another one, right?
No, that's it for now. I mean, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna definitely do another ToonCast soon.
Yes.
I'm just happy the way animation is. There's been a lot of good things this year. And it's actually getting to the point there's a lot of good things, so much so that it's hard to keep up, which is like the right thing.
Yeah.
I have an abundance of things to watch. I'm waiting for season 2/3, because it technically was just one season of Troll Hunters. I'm waiting for that season 2.
Yeah.
I left at a crazy cliffhanger. That's a Netflix show by Guillermo del Toro, and Kelsey Grammer is playing one of the voices.
Okay. Is that anything?
Pretty well written.
That's an original thing?
That's the original thing.
Yeah, check it out. It's actually really good.
All right. Before we go, and still on the topic, I got something that sucks.
Sure.
Berserk animation. Berserk animation, dog.
So here we go. Merc, just to catch you. Berserk is I think you're familiar with it. You might have heard.
I know Berserk. I remember playing the Dreamcast game.
There you go. So they brought it back recently to the screen after many years of absence from from being on the screen. They did a couple of movies that recapped the whole series, The Edge of the King and all that stuff like that, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They were not bad. They were CG, but they weren't that bad. But they decided to do a television show, and they just hit the wall where I guess budget didn't meet, and someone said you got to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And they tried to
do a
cell shading style, but instead of going all the way with it, they go half the way with it.
It's hilarious.
Like
it's comical. It's comical. The gifts are priceless. That shit is amazing.
They just should have drew it, but I know why they didn't.
How did this happen? People have been waiting years for this. How did this happen?
It's just so much cheaper to do what they're doing. They rigged that model. They rigged
listen. There's no excuse. That thing is like one of the longest running mangas ever.
You're right. It's still going.
How do you do this? What money? What money and time constraints? If there's anything in history, in the history of anime that deserves to be done with love and care and all the money, is Berserk.
I blame JoJo. JoJo took all the good money.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
So they pretty much Mass Effect the drama there.
Yes, gave it to a new guy and half the money.
He's like, I don't know what to do. Okay, I'll make
this money in my pocket, and then we can animate with this money.
Yo, we still got some Pokemon sales. Can we use those? All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. This is ToonTalk. We're bringing it back. We'll continue our discussions. We'll probably have topics. We'll post on the RedCycloneInc gaming Twitter, Facebook, and all. So you guys could join the conversation.
Hey, listen, we'll put up some polls. If you have anything you want us to talk about, put it on the page. The RedCycloneInc gaming page. Put it on the page. And maybe we'll look it up and we'll talk about it. It's something we all love. Yes. We could talk forever about 90s cartoon animations.
Exactly.
At length before, but I do want to talk about some current
we
stuff.
Do shout outs to Tommy Gunn. Right now he's not the best state, but we will be returning for a Power Ranger cast soon. And also we're planning to do the cast to the stash, which we're probably planning to go to the Jay and Silent Bob Secret Stash.
Oh, nice.
And we'll probably drive and do a podcast while we're driving over there.
Cool.
I might have to rent a fucking van because everyone wants to go.
One of those Dodge 15-seaters?
Yeah, I may have to do that. I may have to do that because it looks like we got like about 10 people and maybe you coming and then me coming.
Okay.
And all.
Nice.
I might, the chance of doing it for my birthday weekend, which is in 2 weeks, but we might have to do it later because unfortunately things happen. So
yeah.
So anyway, check us up on RedCycloneInc Gaming. The Wrestling Babble is our other wrestling site if you like wrestling. RedCycloneInc Gaming is our Facebook pages. Definitely check them out. Follow, please. Send your friends to follow.
Yep, on all social media: Twitter, RedCycloneInc, Tumblr, RedCycloneInc, YouTube, RedCycloneInc,
and Mark with the Mic, SoundCloud, Mark with the Mic for the Wrestling Babble podcast, and also the Guest by Square and everything else for RedCycloneInc. We should be having T-shirts soon once the designs are done. So by next month, we should have actual T-shirts before NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, which most of the Wrestling Babblecast will be there.
Yeah, you're going to look strong almost.
Yeah, sure. Shout outs to Wrestling Babble today.
Yeah, and definitely check out our episode on YouTube, Mark with the Mic, of Wrestling Babble. Me and Louis Beans, we discussed Money in the Bank, and we went through the whole week, and also Cody Rhodes ROH Championship. Our Tooncast was the first one we did in a long time. We're going to try to keep it up. Every week we try to do a different topic. Just keep going every week. Doing good. Keep going. Also, follow Jenkins. Just follow him.
You know what?
Follow him.
Follow me into the anime Paulo.
Eat and follow. Don't feed him. Don't feed him after midnight.
No, don't feed him.
At the cafe downtown in Chinatown, just sit next to me. Buy me a drink.
Hello. How you doing?
What's your name?
But our podcast is going. We're getting more and more people listening. So we're good. We're doing something right.
RedCycloneInc on SoundCloud. Merc with the Mic on SoundCloud.
And follow everything and follow Jenkins. Literally follow. Follow him around. He likes it. Later.
Peace.